Interesting story coming out of the UK today about e-scooters, if you want to call them as well. They are very popular in a lot of urban centres, and of course here in the UK, London being the biggest urban centre, you will see a lot of them, but you see them pretty much in every town and city across the UK. Now I'm bringing up this subject here on the US side as well as the UK side because this is a story and a kind of opinion really that can very much apply to both. Should e-scooter riders be forced to pass a driving test and buy insurance for their vehicle? I guess you could call it a vehicle at that point. Their appliance, some people might actually say, when it comes to, because effectively at the moment here in the UK, and I believe for pretty much most countries as well, you don't have to pass any kind of test. You don't have to have a driver's license or anything like that. But these e-scooter riders do, of course, sometimes do use public roads, even though they really shouldn't. They do it all the time. I see it all the time going around my local town here, and I imagine in places like London, I imagine in places like New York City as well, it's absolutely rife for that. If you don't get caught, you'll be fine. But should these restrictions be put in place? Should they be forced to tax, insure, and have a test as well? Let's have a look, guys. A proposed government crackdown could force riders of e-scooters to have insurance and pass a test before actually hitting the road. And on top of that as well, a license plate as well. There could also be a minimum age of 14 that is mandated, as well as power restrictions for these bikes on top of that as well. And that is according to the Telegraph in the UK. And this all comes as well as there's been a 2,000% increase, not 200, 2,000% increase in the number of teenagers caught driving vehicles in the UK without insurance. And this was largely blamed on e-scooter misuse. And that's according to the I Am Road Smart charity, which is the motoring charity in the UK. Currently, 18-year-olds are the youngest people that can actually legally ride these bikes. But again, from my experience going around in the UK, I see many, many people that are nowhere near to 18 years of age actually riding these. The proposal is to either lower this to 14 or 16 years of age, according to the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Now, the test that they are proposing is not going to be as strict as actually getting a driver's license. It could just be an online-only test that people need to pass in order to legally ride one. But that hasn't been confirmed yet. However, it is something they're considering. And of course, we need to talk about the e-scooters themselves, because a lot of these are effectively regular scooters that, of course, have had electric motors fitted to them, which is not legal. However, actually enforcing the laws around this is tricky. It's estimated there are around 750,000 of them in the UK currently in use alone. Now, the legal limit for these e-scooters on the road is 12.5 miles per hour. However, again, I see them going way faster than that. They're doing at least 20 quite regularly, although that is in London. It might be different in different cities across the UK if they even have a limit for them outside of course, the regular speed limit of the roads. And as people struggle to afford cars and struggle to afford driving tests, these are going to be a very popular way of getting around. Even public transport right now in the UK is very expensive for a lot of people. So what do you guys think? Should there be regulations around these? Should there be a test? Should there be license plates? Should they be forced to be insured as well? To be honest, I don't see why not personally. I know it's more regulation, which is not what a lot of people want. But at the end of the day, imagine if you get hit by an uninsured driver, you'll be fuming. Why would a scooter be any different? Yes, it's a much smaller vehicle, and they're much likely to be much more worse off than you are. But at the same time, not having insurance in an accident is not really too great, to be honest. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below are appreciated as always, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and have a fantastic day around the world today, guys. See you very soon.